Hello YouTube. So I haven't been making videos for some time, and sorry about that. And today I am going to review of one of the Game Boys I bought from China. This is a guy going by the name of LCL. So unlike 1UP, he is really just one guy. From his description, he's like he has a day job and he's just doing this in his spare time. That's why a lot of times the delivery of his sets takes up to 2 months to deliver. So I've got like 2 clients who asked me to buy for them, and they all took roughly the amount of time to arrive. Right, so let's just take a look at its exterior. The screen is just a regular acrylic screen, but from the original Game Boy, but I think he managed to like reuse that acrylic screen by removing the paint of the print from underneath that original case cover, screen cover. So that's how he managed to maximize the screen space. So this is 6 buttons. The buttons all feel pretty good. This analog sticks also feels pretty good. And over here is a Raspberry Pi 3 inside. So he left the LAN port here and used this as the volume wheel, which is pretty good. There are some, these are the trigger buttons. And as for the rear, this battery compartment is glued shut, and this is an LED light on top of the case. This is also glued in. This is the SD card. He plays the USB port from this side to this side, and this is the USB for charging. Okay, and actually I particularly like the way he joined up the 2 sides. It's kind of more elegant than the 1UP build. For this power switch, he didn't use the original one, he used the generic OEM one. And let's turn it on. Somehow managed to get like a good edge on the both sides, so it looks more even compared to the 1UP build. The 1UP build has a slightly wider black area on the right, and this is a motion blue theme. Okay, I'm not a fan of its sound. The sound is a little bit noisy. I kind of like feels a little bit like there's a lot of static. And I like this theme. Like a lot of the game previews are built in, and it runs pretty fast. I don't think it's easy to look at the title and remember what game it was. Like back in the day, probably like 20 years ago, I can't remember the name of the game that I played. Okay, so in this menu, the arrow D-pad doesn't work, but you sort of have to navigate with this. So you can do a left, right, choose the console that you want. There's Super Famicom, Super Nintendo. You can scroll down to see what game you want. And the Maniacs, one of my favorite cartoons when I was young. This is just to show the responsiveness, the loading time, everything. The screen, a little bit cut off here, but I still like this screen. When I restart the console, there's some static sound. Okay, I think let's move on to opening this up. Okay, so you have to shut down the proper way. Okay, I think we can shut down now. Okay, so in the name of science, I will open this up and to check out what parts they use, how they use it, so we can all benefit from having better builds, right? Okay.